Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into my podcast from going from thousands to millions. Again, I can't help myself, but I am excited. I always get excited. I always tell myself I'm not going to say that, but I have to stay authentic. So I am excited to have Silvia today from Rise
Nation.
Good.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that name. How did you come up with that name? I'm jumping a few steps, but I want to know how you came up with Rise Nation.
I own the license from LA. So It's originated in LA. So the founders called Jason Walsh, and I was in LA 3 years ago for a holiday. I did a class, and I just loved the class. So I flew back there, and I got the license. So I own the license in Australia and New Zealand.
Okay, cool. There you go. Rise Nation.
So Rise is basically rising.
Rising.
Because it's a climbing class.
Yeah.
So you're climbing in on a machine.
Yeah.
So you want to rise. But also like our logos, Together We Rise, as a, group,
nation.
Everyone, gets,
Makes sense.
stronger.
Makes sense. All right, so tell me. Take me back. Tell me about who you are, where you come from, how'd you get to where you are today. So how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
31.
Oh, you're very young. Okay, so where are you from originally?
Slovakia.
Okay, cool.
So I've been here for 8 years.
8 years?
8 years in Australia.
That's it? No way. I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I left home when I was 17. I moved to first Sheffield.
Okay.
It's like a small town in England for about a year. Then I went to Jersey, Channel Islands.
Yeah, okay.
For about a year. London for a year. Back to Jersey for 2 years. And then moved here.
Why? What made you move? So 17?
17.
Okay, brothers and sisters?
Run away from home.
No,
So I have two brothers.
love that. Okay, so two brothers, mum and dad?
Yeah, and so I was the only girl. I was playing tennis professionally and met a guy.
Okay,
and then,
there's always a guy.
There's always a guy involved. Stopped playing tennis and just moved.
And just got up and left?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so left when I was 17. I didn't finish school.
Yep.
I was in high school.
And then how'd you come to Australia?
I was in Jersey, so I was working in a restaurant there. It was like 5 years. I've been gone, obviously, from home. And it was quite limiting then what you can do because they have like Jersey being... So if you want to have a better job or if you want to start a company or anything, you need to be there for, I think it's like 10 or 12 years.
Okay.
And my dad used to work in East Timor in the army and he said, you should go to Australia. It's like, beautiful country. So I stopped, like I packed my bags, quit my job and moved here as a student because in Slovakia we could only come on student visa.
Yep.
So that was 8 years ago, just over 8 years ago.
Did you know anyone here?
My dad had like a friend here, so that's all,
that's
but
it.
no one else, no.
Came to Melbourne?
Came to Melbourne.
Wow. Like, when I stop and thinking about that, that's overwhelming. Like, it probably isn't to you, because you were making moves, you were taking action.
Yeah.
You were going for it, right?
Yeah.
But when I stop and think, I go, wow, it takes a lot.
To pack bags and go.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
24 hours, yeah, when you think about it.
But we don't think about it because that's just the motion we got.
Moving, yeah.
Yeah, we're just moving forward.
Yeah.
But good on you. Like, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of determination as a human being, as a young female, to be able to just get up and do that.
And fly 24 hours.
Come to somewhere where you don't know anyone.
Yeah.
So tell me, so you came here and then what happened next?
I had to obviously get student visa, so I just applied for like a business course.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Started working in like a tiny, shitty coffee shop. I mean, it was like $12 an hour in Degraves.
Yeah.
And I could only work like
7 hours.
Yeah, 7 hours. So I've hated it obviously first because in Jersey I had a great job and I had my driver and I was like, whenever I went somewhere I was like, Sylvia's coming, she can come in. So it was like starting from scratch. So first few months I was like, nah, I don't think I can stay. But back in Jersey I was serving this lady, just having a banter, She was there with a few other Australians and they got really drunk and she was like, oh, if you come to Melbourne, this is my card. So I kept her card. I don't even know why. I would never keep a card. So when I came here, I called her and I was like, I don't know if you remember me from like 2 years ago.
She remembered you.
Yeah. She was like, of course. And she was like, let's go for a coffee to my local tennis club. Yeah. So she took me to Kooyong. And I was there. I was like, oh my God. Like, because I was obviously applying jobs everywhere with the tennis. Yeah. I never knew of Kooyong Tennis Club. And that's how it happened. So I was leaving the tennis club and I was like, I could actually ask here. So I turned around.
So you're leaving?
Yeah.
You stopped?
Yeah, stopped
and
at a
you
station.
went back.
I was like at Kooyong station, and I was like, hold on, I'll go back. So I went there, walked down, and my previous boss Glenn was like, I always will remember because you were wearing this like tiger booby top, and you were like, hi, I'm from Slovakia, I want a job. And then he gave me a chance. So it was like, sometimes, you know, like you have that voice. It was like, okay, go back.
That's what I'm trying to get at, right? So there was that moment of you meet this lady, and you know, it's like, I'm not religious. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not religious. I'm far from religious, you know, but I don't respect people with religion and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm a massive believer of faith.
Yeah.
You cross paths with the lady.
And 2 years later.
2 years later, you go there.
And I had like...
For whatever reason, because you felt like, you know, I'm lonely, I need to see someone.
Yeah.
I remember that lady.
Yeah.
You go there, you have that drink, coffee, whatever it may be. You walk away and you stop and go...
Hold on.
Am I right to say that?
Yeah.
And you went back.
Yeah.
And you had that conversation which you couldn't have easily had, and you could have kept going back to what you were doing.
Yeah, and I
and you wouldn't be here.
I wouldn't be here. Without that job in Glen, I would not be here.
And the reason why I emphasize on this is because the whole point of this show and what I'm trying to do is tell the young people, because there's a lot of people that are struggling.
Yeah.
Especially now with what we're going through.
Yeah.
And we all have our struggles as young people in our own right. So we know what it feels like, you know, to see people struggle, because we felt that pain.
Yeah, we've been there. Yeah,
we've been there, you know.
Yeah.
And the reason why I want to emphasize that is that you need to do things. You need to ask.
Yeah.
Don't doubt what's in your mind. You know, don't doubt that voice. If you say, "Oh, should I go and do this?"
Yeah, because if you don't ask,
you don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, because it could change your
journey.
journey.
People are scared to be like, "Oh, should I not?"
Yeah.
I mean, like, the worst is gonna be like people are gonna be like, "No."
Exactly.
You know?
So you went on that. So you did that for a number of years.
Years.
And then tell me, after the tennis, what happened?
So I started competing as well in like body sculpting.
Okay.
So when I came here, because I was working, like I stopped playing tennis obviously, and then was working in hospitality.
Yeah.
I probably started losing weight when I was at Kooyong. I lost about 15 kilos.
Wow.
And I went into natural bodybuilding, and I went into the IFBB. So I've done probably about 18 competitions.
No way.
After 2 years, I ended up representing Australia in a world championships, and it was in Slovakia. So I went back home. Like,
you went back home,
literally
representing
20 kilos
Australia.
lighter, like tiny, and you know, like you need to spray the brown stuff around you. So my parents were like, "What are you doing?" But obviously they were like happy.
Of course, yes.
So I launched my own protein powder because there was no protein, like a natural protein.
Yeah.
It was all like billion ingredients back in the day. It was 6 years ago. So I started with that. It was called Open to Play. And then I went to LA first time, and I saw all these like organic cafes and like vegan. I'm not vegan, but like the raw cakes. So I've opened my restaurant, like small tiny cafe called Real Food Organic. And I was still obviously working full time at Kooyong. Opened a cafe. And after a while, when my visa came through, so I went part-time. So I just felt bad leaving obviously straight away as well.
Yeah, of course.
So I stayed for like 2 days and then opened another cafe, so at 2. And then went back to LA again. Like I've been going for like every year just to get inspired, because you can always see things which later on come here.
You know? So true.
And so I just went out of the blue to Rise Nation, and I just loved it.
So you went to train. You just went to exercise.
I was like, oh, there's a class.
Yep. So I'll take a class. You walk in.
Yeah, did a class. It was extreme class, which normally suggest people start at level 1.
I'll probably die doing it. Yeah.
I nearly died. But Jason was taking it. He was the owner. I didn't know. I was just like there. And then he's like, who are you? And I was like, oh, I'm Silvia from Australia. And then he's like, come again. Like, because I was like, I'm leaving in 2 days. So I went again. And then I just asked him for a card. I was like, give me your card. Yeah. I was like, this is amazing. Like, I think we should open in Melbourne. And he's like, oh, yeah, maybe. So I emailed him. I was like, I want to open in Melbourne. Oh. And then he was still like, oh, like we're going to do New York first maybe or something. And then I was like, nah, I'm going to come. So I was like, can we just arrange meetings? So I flew back to LA, spent like maybe 2 weeks there with him. Yeah. He's a personal trainer as well. So we trained one-on-one. And then we decided to work together. So
Where does your determination come from? Like,
think
you're a go-getter.
Yeah.
You
But
are.
sometimes that's wrong because like not it's great, but like I do something and it's like, okay, what's next? You know, like you
You
don't.
just want to get on with it.
Yeah.
You don't overanalyze it.
No.
I'm
So
like
I saw
that
the
too.
cafes because I was like, okay, this is going to be too hard to have everything.
Yeah.
When I've opened Rice. It took probably a year and a half to find a location, get all the paperwork ready with the lawyers, build it, you know. So I've opened, and then it was like the cafes were, you know, kind of done deal. So I sold the cafes, and now just focusing on Rice.
Wow. You know, it's really powerful what you've done. Maybe you don't realize it.
No, I don't. And people
you
tell
don't
me,
recognize
and you almost feel like, oh, it's okay, you know. Like,
because,
it's not
but you're like a lot of times we're afraid to acknowledge our
Yeah,
achievements and accomplishments.
Yeah.
Especially in our country in Australia, because we have, you know, it's not good to talk about your accomplishments.
can't,
You can't talk
because
about.
people like, no.
But then, how do you inspire others? How do you inspire other young women that are, you know, what your age used to be 17, 18?
Yeah.
Because you're like a role model for them.
Yeah,
We all
but
role
see,
models.
in here, if you talk about it, people like...
You cut off
oh,
on the knee.
Yeah.
You're a wanker. We
Yeah,
have
you
that
are.
all
It's
say.
like, oh, look at her. She's bragging about herself.
But we shouldn't be. Well, you shouldn't be
it
afraid.
should be like lifting people up.
That's exactly the word I use.
That's why like I go to LA a lot because I feel like people like support you there.
Yeah.
They don't... And you could be any...
Yeah.
You know,
Anyone,
Here they're
yeah.
like, oh, what can I get out of it?
Yeah.
And you
But we
guys
can change that.
Yeah, we can.
And I think we are. I think like to see people like yourself, and I see a lot of other entrepreneurs and you know, how we're using social media to talk about things and you know
inspire more.
Yeah. And this is the whole point of me doing what I'm doing, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, I'm like, shit, I spent days doing this. I'm not making money from this, right? But I am doing my own little way to chip away and make a difference. And to have people like yourself to come on this show and other guests that have been on this show, it's interesting how we all have the same mindset. And that's what we want to do.
Yeah. And just inspire everybody. Just change the people, you know,
Better.
behavior and think.
Yeah. But we can.
Yeah, we
I
can.
really believe in it,
Even
right?
if you like change 2 people, it's still
Spot on.
one at a time, you know.
Spot on. So tell me, have you been back home?
Yeah, I go every year.
No way.
The first 2 years I wasn't, so then I went for the competition. And then now I try to go every year.
Nice.
I go like home Slovakia. I go probably 3-4 days because I left so like ages ago.
Yeah, this is your home.
Yeah.
In a way. Wow.
And then first 4-5 years when I had my cafe, my dad came every summer, helped me because he's a
Dad
chef.
come here?
Yeah.
Oh.
So for Christmas they would come with mom as well for like 2-3 months. This year didn't come, but my brother came. I have a twin brother, and he came with his fiance. So like every year, someone comes from home, which is like easier for me because they can just stay with me.
Yeah.
They help, you know, rather than me going there.
Yeah.
It's just hard with work as well.
Oh.
But I would go home. I go to London for a few days.
Nice.
Jersey.
You like traveling, huh?
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It shows you, like, it shows you culture. It opens your heart. I don't know, when I travel, I feel like a kid. Like, you know, when you, like, I don't know how to explain it, but when you move to a new suburb, even, right?
Yeah.
Like, you see things with a different eye. Like, you know what I mean? Everything's, like, different.
It's different.
Yeah, and I love that feeling.
Because otherwise you're, like, in the same routine.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing,
Yeah, and I'm not afraid to do that. I'm not afraid to move and see things.
Yeah.
Because it teaches me.
I think last year I was away for, like, 4 months.
Yeah.
Went to LA 3 times.
Yeah.
Singapore.
Yeah.
Manila. We've opened Rice Nation in Manila.
Okay,
Philippines.
cool.
I was there. Home. I went home.
Yeah.
Like Europe.
Yeah.
Mykonos.
Yeah. I haven't been there.
Mykonos.
I've never been. I've got to go one day. I
Next
get
year.
invited all the time, but I haven't been.
It was
It's good?
cool to
Yeah.
see.
Okay.
Full on.
I'm 42. I feel a bit old. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be all right.
It was like, it's good to go for a few days.
Yeah,
It was my
nice.
friend's wedding there. And
Nice.
then London's amazing.
Nice. It's amazing.
Yeah.
100%.
Especially, I mean, like when I lived there, I don't think I enjoyed it as much.
Yeah.
Then when you go, you see it differently as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
it's a holiday, but yeah.
So tell me about Rise Nation. So tell me, what's the process? How does it work? I'm actually curious. I want to know.
Yeah, so it's a zero impact workout.
Zero impact
Zero
workout.
impact.
So what does that mean for people that don't know? So it doesn't put a lot of pressure on you.
No.
Am I
no
right? Is that what it
joints,
means?
So
Yeah,
my
okay, cool.
oldest member,
Yeah.
it's 72.
72.
72,
God
and the
bless.
youngest
I
is
love
like
it.
14.
Okay, yeah.
Because they can't run, people can't run, can cycle,
Yeah.
and it's only half an hour as well.
Yeah.
So you do burn more calories because you're using your obviously full body, like
Yeah.
you know, upper body
Yeah.
and lower body at the same time, and it's like a climbing machine. So the climber is called Versa Climber.
Yeah.
They manufactured in America, in LA.
Yeah.
And then we have 27 machines, and it's like 30-minute workout cardio.
Yeah.
It's based around music. So you climb to the beats of the songs.
No way.
So every time you go, there's different music because all my instructors have dance background or music background. So they need to know where the beats coming to go sprints, you know. They count you in and out. There's about 9 songs.
Yeah.
And every song, it goes like up and down. So you don't obviously like just go all the time.
Yeah.
There's crazy lights in there.
Yeah.
And mirrors.
Yeah.
So it's more an experience rather than just a workout. So
Yeah.
if there's a sprint song, we have like a crazy app, and you change the lights to go faster. So psychologically, you're gonna go faster as well.
Yeah.
Because it like prompts you to go.
That's pretty cool. So I was gonna say that. So it actually, your mind, your
you need
body,
to kind
your
of
soul.
think, because you need to also count the steps. So we're gonna go like triples, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you need to count your feet. So for me, when I first time did it, because I can't switch off. So I can't do yoga.
I can't switch
find
off
that really
either.
boring.
I can't do it.
And
I
when
start
they
laughing.
say your breath's touching, I'm like, okay, I'm gone.
Yeah, I
Because
start laughing.
I actually get more anxious because you have
anxiety,
time sitting there. So this, you don't have time to think. So for me, it's like kind of a meditation.
So you switch off. You switch off, and you
switch
just.
off. 'Cause you be like, okay, we're going triples, we're going doubles, you know,
Yeah.
and you kind of watch that, but you just like, you just follow the music, you follow
Yeah.
the beats. And people just like, first time, obviously the first is hard.
Yeah,
like,
of course,
What is
yeah.
this? Especially like, because you need to get coordination.
Yeah.
But after 2-3 classes, we just love it. Love it.
Yeah.
It's
and it's
still like-
different.
It's different. Nobody
And I
can,
like that, it's
no one
different.
can do the same. I mean,
Yeah.
I have license that no one really can
Yeah.
copy it as
Yeah.
well. And the machines are quite expensive, so I don't think people just going to
Yeah.
open everywhere.
But it's unique. And that's what makes, like, you know,
It's
always going to be
one-dimensional,
different.
you know?
Yeah.
So I know that people not going to just do that. And some are some doing, some
Yeah.
come unlimited every day twice. People are addicted.
They come to us today, yeah.
Yeah.
But I love that but
It's just nice community, you know?
so that's what you exactly you're
Just
creating a
build
community.
And like when I've opened as well, about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So in America, people kind of work together. So gyms work together, brands work together. What I found a year and a half ago, it's kind of a bit slow here. Like if I was like, hey, like whatever gym, let's work together. Like, oh, you're a competitor. I'm like, I'm not a competitor.
Nah, I
Like,
got
I'm
my
very
own
different,
niche.
and we can just do like people go 3 times there and 2 times there, and then we end up collaborating with One Hot Yoga and Pilates because that's very different, you know.
Yeah.
So we have like all my instructors can go there for free and vice versa.
Yeah.
And so then obviously it's like it complements. You know?
100%. But it's
They
good
just
for the
wanna
end
work
user
together.
too. But it's good for the actual member too,
Yeah.
because the member
Can-
gets to do the whole thing
exactly.
without actually thinking, oh no, I've done this, I can't do that. No, but
No.
this all comes
and it
together.
works together. So you come to Rise 2-3 times, you do Pilates twice, you do yoga once, go weights, you know.
Yeah.
But as a fitness community, you want to work together, you know.
Yeah. I love your attitude, and that's how
Should be
it's.
that
But
way.
it's
Should be.
100%.
Yeah. So we did at the start how like everyone was like, this is crazy. I contacted Pip from P Nation and we did collaboration.
Yeah.
So she brought influencers in
Yeah.
and girls, and it was just great because you know like you kind of building together.
Together.
Yeah, and
but you're giving back
everybody's in
too.
the same mindset.
Yeah, and you're giving back to the
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
That's what you know. It's
exactly.
about everyone wins.
Everyone should work together.
Yeah.
Rather than be like, no, you're a competitor. I'm not gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
It's-
So tell me this. I exercise all my life. You can't tell, okay? But I always have since a very young age, right? And for me, at a young age, as a boy, it was always about looking good, looking beef, right? So that's
Bicep
bicep curls and chest, right? That's
Yeah.
what it was. As I've got older, it's changed. So for me now, exercise does wonders to my head. It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I find it therapeutical. It stops me. It gives me energy. It releases
Endorphins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It releases endorphins. It's a massive thing for depression, I think.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So for me, I've never experienced depression in terms of I'm going to sit at home and do that. For me, it was always about I have to always be in a high. I have to always feel good.
Yeah.
If I feel normal was no good.
Yeah.
Why am I feeling normal today? Why am I not
Like
making $1
very-
million? Why am I
Yeah.
not killing it? Why am I not buying something? Why am
Yeah.
I? That was the thing that I went through personally.
Yeah.
And then I stop and I'm like, well, this will not bring me happiness. I'm just continuously searching for a high,
Yeah.
right?
Chasing something.
Chasing something that has no real meaning to me at all. You know, I wasn't doing it for other people. I never care about what other people think. It means nothing to me. But I was going through this condition. I don't know when I saw someone, I talked to anyone about it, but I recognized it for myself that something is not right. You know? And I found that exercise really helped me.
Like balance you out as well.
Yeah, it gave me that high.
Yeah.
That I was searching, buying things and, you know, working 10 hours and
because
doing...
you would be like, oh, I buy something, I'll feel better. You buy them.
But after 10 minutes, it meant nothing to me.
Nothing.
It had no meaning at all,
Yeah.
right? And you know, for me, I found exercise was a savior. And, you know, it is so powerful.
It is. And, like, it's just like... And also, like, you switch off kind of, you know?
100%,
from, like,
I'll switch off,
day to day.
Yeah. And it's just amazing. And do you find that? Do you get that feedback from people?
Yeah.
Do you find
Especially
that?
like sometimes like first time people come, they're like, I died. And I had this one guy, he's like, Sylv, I'm never gonna come back. I was like, okay, well, it's not for you. And he called me an hour and I was like, what is this? I'm like been bouncing around, like so happy. And he comes like 3-4 times a week.
It's how does that make you feel?
That high for.
Does it make you feel good that you contribute to that?
Yeah, and like even seeing, obviously after 3 months being closed, on Monday, just seeing everyone coming back and everyone's like, oh my God, like jumping. And you know that you're kind of changing someone's life. And they're like, Silva, I've never like knew how addicted I'm to this place. Like, and people like, thank you for bringing this to our lives. So it's like so nice to hear people, you know.
Is that what it's about to you now? Is it really? Is that where you get your joy?
Yeah, just like help people and like just bringing community, you know.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah, and seeing people change. Like I've seen people losing 10, 15 kilos. And, you know, people just...
The confidence that gives them.
The confidence,
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's mind-blowing, you know. I'm old school, like 42, so I was brought up that be quiet when your elders speak. Do this, do that, right? That kills your confidence.
Yeah.
It really kills it, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen all through my life that there's so many people that are brilliant, but they don't have the confidence and they never achieve their full potential.
Yeah, because they're quiet.
Yeah.
You know,
And
or like they've been told not to speak up.
Yeah.
Not to be, you know, assertive.
Yeah.
And you see that a lot.
Yeah. And it's so important.
Like,
It's so important, isn't it? Especially, we spoke before camera as a female, you know, and I'll be honest, I've never put my hand up about female rights and all that. I'm just like, everyone's equal.
Yeah.
But it is so much harder as a woman to be successful in business. And I 150, 200% agree on that. So
people don't take you seriously.
They don't.
Like when I was,
it's
you know,
terrible.
I mean, like arranging the lease or like the building, like I have, you know, a friend, I would call him, was like, I need help. Because like, as a female, they will talk to you.
No, of course,
But as a guy, you can get a better deal, you know?
Yeah.
You probably can get a better price. Because
it's so true.
The guy would not take female as seriously as guy.
And I hate that.
In a meeting.
And I hate that. I was having this conversation with my wife today.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't want to mention who, someone on that does really well. I don't know her at all. From what I've seen, I believe she has kids, she's married.
Yeah.
She's doing her thing on LinkedIn and all that. And I said to my wife, I said, Ange, you know, I was just, this lady, she liked one of my things. And I said to her, it's great what you're doing. And she left me a voice memo saying, oh, it's so nice what you're doing and all that.
Yeah.
And I said, it's so nice to see her as a mother and, you know, a wife and a mother and have all that, still give it a go and speak her mind and create something because it is so difficult. It is difficult, let alone without having those responsibilities, because to see, like, I can't do what my wife does. It is so much work.
Yeah.
It is
looking after kids and
she's so strong.
Yeah.
She's so strong to put up with me, number one. I don't know how she does that. I don't know how she does that. God bless her. And then to go into business as well as a female, and we need to change that.
Yeah.
Because I have found that my female employees have more empathy. Yeah, way more empathy.
Probably more driven as well.
They are more empathy, more driven, more multitasking.
Yeah, multitasking for sure.
They just absolutely smash. And I'm not doing this whole female thing, but they just smash the guys, right?
Yeah.
And I think personally, you know, it doesn't matter what your sex or gender or color or that.
No.
If you can do the job and you're good at it, you should be recognized for it.
They're trying to change it in like the big companies as an example, but they might do it and like promote someone to CEO, but the culture's still not supporting it.
You're so right. And I love that you're honest about that. It is so true. It's not.
It's true.
It's in the street, in the real life, except don't worry about the corporate stuff. In the real jungle where the real thing happens.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not. And we got to change that because we got to empower our females. We got to, empower them. And I think, again, this conversation came from confidence. Give them the confidence to speak your mind.
Yeah.
And I think the most beautiful thing is a female entrepreneur or whatever it may be that stands on their own feet and has a voice.
Yeah.
It's so powerful.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's maybe going from like back in the day when like the guy provided and the female
But
stayed home. But
back in the day. That was 100 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're not there anymore.
We're not there. But some people still have like that
the mentality.
Yeah. And you can see so many females now, entrepreneurs, they're doing so well,
Of course, yeah.
But if they would be guy, probably be better.
It's so true.
Because just how it's perceived.
But we'll change that. And I, for me, you're the first female I've had on my show.
Yeah.
And the reasons being, I don't really know a lot. So I don't know a lot. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
And I reached out to you on Instagram. We've been talking for a while about it. And, it was so important for me to be able to highlight that, because I want my daughters to look up and say, hey, Daddy, because all I hear from my daughters is that, oh, Daddy, what a great YouTuber. Daddy, so, Laura, I have promised her, when she finishes tomorrow, next week we're going to do her YouTube channel. I was like, okay, we're going to come to the office, we're going to do your YouTube channel.
How old is she?
So Laura's 9.
Oh, perfect.
So she wants to do her first YouTube. But I wanted to also look up and say, Dad, I see this female entrepreneur and I want to be an entrepreneur. If that's what she wants. If she doesn't want it, then that's fine. But I wanted to be able to see that, you know what I mean? And I think we have a responsibility to showcase that.
And also, like, through obviously doing YouTube or something as a young age, you get more confidence because you talk about it in front of a camera, you're being yourself,
So true. So what's next for you? So what's happening? What's next? Wise Nation, life, what's up next?
For me is I'm negotiating a lease in Sydney.
Okay. You did talk about that briefly to me months ago. Yeah. So that's the next move?
I've had one space prior, obviously, the isolation. But somebody bought that, so I find another one.
Okay, good.
Sydney, so we're just negotiating. So I will have to fly over.
Yep.
But I really want that space.
Okay, you're gonna get it. If you want it, it's yours.
I have the pictures on my phone.
I love it.
I'm there.
You're putting the energy there.
Yeah. So that's next. So that'll take to build it because the machines have to come from LA, like 4 months.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'll have to move to Sydney. For like at least
get it
2 or 3
going.
months.
Yeah,
get it going, hire someone there as a manager, and then probably like 1 week there, 1 week here. Depends what's going to be the easiest.
You're looking forward to it? You excited?
Yeah. I've been wanting to open another one for like a year. But obviously things happened. Because I'm like, no, I've opened one. I was like, okay, what's next?
What's next?
What can I do next? Yeah. And especially now, we can't travel.
Yeah.
So it'll be perfect time to just focus there.
Focus on that.
Yeah, focus there. Open Sydney and then see what's next.
And then go from there.
Yeah.
Is it been difficult with what's happening? Is with the COVID-19 stuff? So what was one of your biggest challenges with this? Like my personal challenge was trying to keep as many staff as I could on board. Yeah. That was my number one.
Yeah.
My number one priority was to keep as many staff, but also to continue to do business with as many suppliers as I could.
Yeah.
Right? That was my number one goal.
Yeah.
So obviously we different industries, so it's different. Yeah. So for you, what was the biggest challenge of what's happened?
For me personally, I like having routine.
Yeah.
So the first week I was like,
with the fitness background and all that.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
So I was quite lucky because obviously I have my own gym. So just when I'm bored weights and stuff, me and the head trainer, we just train every day. Just
so you continue to train? Yeah.
Continue to train. For like the first 2 weeks, we were like, yes, every day 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then we kind of like every second day, and you get you get a bit. I need to be like on the go. So me sitting down, it was really difficult.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get a bit like, uninspired. Because I'm like, I don't know how long this is gonna go for, and also because we have machines. Like a lot of gyms, they did like online training. I wasn't really able to do that.
Wow,
my machines are bolted into the ground.
Yeah.
And they're very expensive.
And they need to use those machines to do those exercises.
So I mean, like people ask, I was like, can we hire them? I'm like, no.
Really, you can't take
I mean, like no, because it's too hard because it's wired in, and it's just, and then we have so many members, and we have only 30 machines, so you can't. And I was like, it's just for the cost or like the headache of like moving it all in and out, and the insurance. We just feel like, no, we're just gonna have a break, you know.
But I love your energy. You're still so optimistic. You don't look.
I actually was like, I'm gonna take this as a kind of a holiday, you know, because like everybody was going crazy. So maybe the universe was like, everyone has to stop.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Slow down.
And like, you know, rethink what they want to do. So I just like took it day at a time. I went to Sydney for 3 weeks. So look at some sites there. You know, just relaxed.
Where does this come from?
8:30.
Where does this come from? Where does this attitude?
I don't know. My mum said it when I was little. I always was like, I don't want to live in a small place. She always was like, you're like a queen. You always wanted to like sparkle things and all this stuff. So I think I just always want to get better, you know?
It's amazing. It's funny because it does come from your childhood, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. It really does.
I was always independent because like my mum, she had us. It was like 17 my brother, and then 18 me and my twin brother. And my dad was always away.
Yeah.
So I think we were more independent.
Yeah.
You know? Because she was working and just been from day one. And then tennis, I think that as well, because it was very competitive and you kind of playing by yourself.
True.
You don't have...
It's not a team.
No.
It's
very
you.
different, yeah. So you need to drive yourself, not like someone, you know, behind you.
Yeah. It's all up to you.
Yeah.
So I asked one question that I have a set question that I asked everyone before we finish off, and it is, if you could give some advice to that young girl or young boy that is sitting out there and they don't know what they want to do, or they do and they're scared to make that move or make that jump to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
As someone young, successful, and I love your energy. You have, really strong energy. What would you say to them to do? What would be your advice to that person?
I think mainly to try different things as well, or try to go ahead with whatever they want to try, or even if they want to open business, if they want to study, maybe get advice as well from someone.
Yeah.
Surround themselves with positive people.
Yeah.
So don't be with people who
Yeah.
kind of, don't have that drive as well.
Yeah.
But I think just try. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to, speak up.
Yeah.
And also just be kind of careful of for younger people, I'm a little bit worried with that social media. Sometimes that can be so fake. So they be like, ooh, all of this. But the reality is obviously a bit different.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so true. It's a good tool to have because you can use it for positivity.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I see a lot of young people that are looking for instant gratification.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work like that.
And also it can be scary because you post a picture.
Yeah.
And you don't get likes, so you kind of feel like, oh, nobody likes me. So it could be, it's a very fine line.
It's so true, and I think what you got to do as the advice you're giving is fantastic. And as a young person or as anyone, you got to learn to love yourself.
Yeah.
And love who you are.
Yeah. And don't think about other people.
Yeah. It's so true, isn't it? You got to love who you are. And
just be careful as well who you surround yourself.
And that's exactly great advice as well. And I learned that I was very different because I always thought that if I don't make time for everybody, I might come across as I feel like I'm better than them. Or
I'm same. I always
anybody.
Everyone's nice.
Yeah, anybody.
Yeah.
And I've learned that that's not the case. But because I feel bad, I feel like who am I not to say yes? I have a coffee with you.
Yeah.
We're all equal.
Yeah.
And we are all equal in life. But at the same time, I learned that if you surround yourself with successful people or people. When I say successful, it doesn't mean money-wise. It means mindfulness and all that, right? If you select the right people that you have the same... Yeah. And you have the same vision.
Because you rub on the energy,
Yeah.
But, because you can't... your time is valuable.
So
you
true.
Because I used to be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Everyone's nice. Everyone's my friend. And then you realize that maybe 90% of those people don't have the same intention.
So
You
true.
know? And you just need to be more careful. I'm still learning because I'm like meet people. It's like, I give chance to everyone. But sometimes just to be more reserved, you know?
That's exactly right. More reserved.
Yeah.
And I love that advice because nobody told me that, you know. I learned the hard way, you know.
Yeah. People who do know
Yeah.
take you for a ride. And
That's right.
yeah.
But that's, you know, and as leaders in our communities, in our own way, in our industries and what we do, it's nice to give that feedback to people.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Definitely.
it's been great having you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your story. You know, and it's funny because we've never really sat down, we've never met face to face actually.
No.
So it's good to hear your story firsthand, and thank you for being genuine and real, and I really appreciate that. And thank you for, you know, talking about your experiences in order to help other people.
Yeah, to
and I
inspire.
can't wait to see you shine even more and do greater things. I want to come to one of your classes. Do you remember I actually came once? Do you actually
No,
remember?
you texted me and you said you
No,
were
but I
private.
came. I actually came. It was
Did
a
you
long
do a
time.
class?
Yeah, I came, but I didn't do the class. I said, look, I just wanted to see what it looks like, and you showed me.
Really? I can't
Yes,
remember.
yes, I did. I
thought that you-
And I spoke to you. I said, how do I do a private class?
Yeah, private class.
That's right. And you
Yeah.
said, yes, we can do it.
Yeah.
And
We'll
I
arrange
came,
it.
and I came, and I saw you, and I said, can you show me the equipment? And I looked at him like, wow, this looks cool. This is really cool. But I did not execute. So I will execute.
you're coming next week.
I am going to come
Yeah.
in. If you're open, I'm going to come in. I'm going to put it on camera so I can't back out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to come
I'll
and give it a go
chase you.
because I really want to do it. And I think it's such a great thing that you have.
You love it, especially when you're like busy. You're just gonna
Yeah.
be there half an hour in and out, you know?
Well, you have my word. I'm going to come. I'm going to do it.
Perfect. Sounds
Thank
good.
you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing your
Thank
story. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes. And I love hearing your feedback. It's about feedback. It's about how we can do more things and how we can give back. God bless and have a fantastic day.